So now I got my package and I got some milk, and that was now I have nothing on my account, but there is money coming in soon from PayPal from the donation, and that will help me a lot next coming weeks. I will turn this around, hopefully, so you can try to see something. The best, but it is what it is. That didn't sound good. It, I think it just was something in the wheels. I hope that, because now it doesn't sound anymore. So, I think they have changed tires to summer tires. Now I will go back home, or no, that was a lie, because I decided that I will go up to my brother directly, and so I will go there and leave the car, and they can drive me home. So I have done that, and I just take the package over to that car, because I'm starting to feel nausea, starting to feel sweating, and so on. So I don't want to like go back home and then go fix this and then go up again and all that. I will do everything now, so it is done. I think it is because I need to eat something. It could be my blood sugar that is low. And here we have people that drives under the speed limit, which is quite irritating, to be honest. But it could be a truck or something that has been, it goes slowly up the hills and so on, and takes a time for it to speed up again. And this one is leaving. Yeah, there it is. There it is. The tank truck, the gas truck. So that was the reason. It's not always someone's like driving slow just because. I think it's kind of fun with speed cameras that people like the brake and goes like almost 10 kilometer per hour less than the speed limit, whereas it is a speed camera. Why? Why can't you keep the limit and then just go? No, is it 80? I must go 70 or some even slower than that. Like, what do you think? Do you think the police will send you a gift or whatever if you go slower than the speed limit? No, rather they will send you, hey, you're slowing down the traffic. Go with the written, because they always say, go at the speed that is allowed. Don't go over, but keep the speed. Don't go too slow, because that also can be a risk. So, well, we are all different. Uh, I think it's kind of fun. You have that follow me a lot and have followed me. You know that I'm thinking about things, and I like to talk about things, and I do that when I'm driving and doing this kind of streams. I know it can be boring and so on. I'm not sitting and joking and being silly, as I can be sometimes, but I know I can bring. But something I have thought about a long time, and it's so annoying in different ways. It's like bank transfers. The banks, whatever type of bank it could be, they are having our money. My money that I work for, it's my money, not theirs. I have them, and they earn money from my money in many ways. So that's fine. They're keeping it for me. But the thing is, what annoys me is the fact that if I buy something online, I use my credit card or I use PayPal or whatever I may use, it goes directly, bam, here, we got your money, yay, and that's nice. But if I sell something or if I get money, like now, I got the donation the other day, and I want to transfer that from PayPal to my bank account so I can shop food and stuff. Do that go like bam? No, it can take up to 1 to 3 banking days. Why? Why does it take 1 up to 3 banking days when you can do it the other way around? You can do it instantly. How come that so many casinos, for example, now have directly payout? Bam, you win. Bam, and other companies can do that direct payout, but the banks can't handle transitions the same day. In Greece, if I wanted to transfer money from the Greek, I have a Greek bank account since I work there. If I wanted to transfer and if I wanted to transfer money over to pay some bill in Sweden, I could choose to pay. So listen really careful now, because I could transfer it, and that could take 1 to 3 banking days, or I could pay a little extra to get it the same day transfer. So that means that it's possible to get it directly, almost, because it took like at max half hour, 20 minutes, then it was on the account. So that means it's possible to get it directly, but they wanted some money for it. That we don't even have that option here in Sweden or on PayPal and so on. Why do they do this? Yes, it is because this is what I believe. Because every second they have our money on their accounts, it is generating money for them through the rates and all that. So PayPal wants to keep the money as long as possible because that gives them interest and so on, and give them some money. And the banks also do the same. They want to keep the money as long as possible. And they do this, as I have understood, manually. 3 times a day, they do a reading and make all the transitions. While it can be done exactly at the same time for so many others, if I buy something. So, yeah, and it can be done exactly the same day if I pay a little more for it, as in it was in Greece or Greece. And another thing I have thought about, I think I mentioned this before, but I do, since we're talking about banks, if I get 100 Swedish kronor, or let's say $10, if I get $10, in Sweden, where they are aiming for cash-free, that so almost every transition is going to be by card or you pay by phone and so on. They want to eliminate the cash for some reason. The handling and it minimizes the risk of robbery and all that. Yeah, that's fine. That sounds great. But let's face the fact that if I get $10 in cash and then I pay you, one of you, $10, the amount you get is $10, and you buy something from someone with that cash that costs $10, that you get something that is worth $10, and that seller gets $10 worth of money. No, that is nothing strange about that. But now let's pay this. We do the same, but we do it with banking cards. So I get $10. I go and buy something from you for $10. You need to pay a fee I need to pay a fee for that transition to you if you have a store and so on. So that $10 is now maybe $9 or $8 real money. The rest goes to the fees to the bank, and then you go and buy something for $10 or for that costs $10, but you don't really have that $10 from me, and you once again pay, and there is maybe $2 or $1, let's say $1 fee for that transition. That means every time we use that $10, it is less and less of that $10 left. So it loses its worth. The $10 is not at the end of it. It's not worth. It's maybe just worth $5 due to. But the banks, every time you shop with that and use your card and so on, you will we will give the banks money from that $10. So if you look at it in that way, the money is less worth the more you use it digitally, and that is messed up in my opinion. Now I'll leave that all that talk about stuff that comes into my mind. Honk honk. If you look at the right side, you may see, you should see the pylons at least. Uh, you should see it. If you look when I'm turning here now, you will see a bridge. That bridge was a couple of years the biggest, had the highest pylons in Europe. Um, it was biggest. If you see the pylons there, and on the right side, maybe someday I will go there and stream from it so we can see. Probably that was for many years the biggest in Europe. But then down south where I lived before, they built a bridge over to Denmark, and that has bigger pylons. So this is the second one, biggest now. That and it's counting from the bottom. It's quite deep here, so that's why it's so big. And yeah, I don't know what it's called. It's a wire cable, those with big wires on the sides holding up the bridge. Yes, it's so nice to see the sun again. And for like 2 months ago, this time it would be almost dark. So it goes fast now. Soon we have the midnight sun where the sun never really settles. Um, it never goes down the horizon. Here where I live, it goes down, but it never really goes 100% down. But up north, or even further up north, um, it is like almost daylight the whole day. Can't see that coming. I see it will have a nice something. Oh, now it faded out. Hi, Will. Sadly, I couldn't see the whole. It's so small, and I, I see badly also. So, and it fades out quite. But that is the good thing with this. I'm now using the YouTube app. I can do that on this since I am on the main account. Like Molina and all those, they can't, and you can't do that. They need to use some other software. We're using Larix. I used that before also. But in this one, I can see the chat popping up. But of course, when I'm driving, I can't really see it anyway. because it's small, it goes away fast. Wait! Oh shit in hell. Hell in shit. Oh, yeah. Now yes, I have forgotten. I forgot. The roads here now, up here at Spring, um, it's yeah, it's crazy because it's like so huge bumps and holes and all that. While because when it's winter time, it froze, the ground freezes, uh, and then you see here how much I need to drive slowly because I, I haven't driven here in many years when the road was this. When you live here, after a while, you know okay, here is a one bump, here is that, and there's that rock coming up and all that. But I haven't driven here in springtime in many years, so I have no idea where everything is. Well, some I may. Yeah, I know a few. That is from when I was young. Yeah, look at the phone. Don't fucking care about watching the traffic coming forward you. It's more important to be on the phone and not look up even. Oh, I feel so sorry now. This car was newly washed. Now it's going to be dirty. This car is going to be replaced in May. My brother's wife that owns this car, or owns it, it's wrong, but she leases this car, and now it is they can either they can choose after a certain amount of years, they can choose to either buy it, like pay what's left, or replace it and continue to pay, but replace it with a new car, and that's what they are going to do. So I'm guessing when they get the new car, I will not get to borrow the car for a long while. But I'm just guessing. My brother's wife is like she yeah. I don't think she cares about that way. But yeah, I don't know. We will see. Hopefully, I can buy an old car soon. I think I will be done with the debts I have in around August, if yeah, or so maybe even a little earlier, depending on. We will see, but at least I should be close to done in August. Yeah, don't for fuck's sake slow down or anything. No, that's just stupid. Yeah, scooters, snowmobile season is now soon ending. Also, haven't driven any. I were I were thinking about borrow my nephew's snow scooter at Easter when I was here and that with my friends and or my family and so on. But I didn't bother. There is lots of people here that owns some forest and so on. They are selling lots of. They're cutting down and selling a lot now because the wood prices is high, so they get some good money for it. But also, I think it is because now electricity and everything is so expensive, so they're looking for every chance they have to improve the economics so they can pay all bills and so on. Because it's lots of people here now doing it. I don't know if you saw that timber that we just passed and we are going to pass. Or where my brother lives, the neighbor is doing it and so on. But not my brother. They own a little as well, so they could chop down some trees and sell also if they wanted. I don't think they own much, but enough to get a little money. But they don't feel like they need it. Oh, there was how I see it. Lots of people are like, oh, it is. It's good weather. This is so sweet. It may be another, but Swedes like, oh, it's 2 degrees plus and sun. Let's go out and barbecue and do everything. They like taking advantage of every little sun they can see. It just needs to be 1 or 2 plus degrees, and here is a big. This one I no, boom, and so. But then, yeah, the road is going to be like this for a while until, yeah, the ground dries up and all that. Then it's going to flatten out and be okay again. It's just when this like the ground ice is leaving the ground, it pushes rocks up and so on. But it will be better after a while. And here you see the neighbor here also like chopped down lots of wood and selling. But they don't really, I don't think they understand that. Now they're living down, there is a house. The house is just beneath the hill. And what's happened when you take away all trees around? What happens? What do you think happens? If you take away all the trees and you have a big house or big hill or even a mountain and you live down, what happens when it's going to rain and so on? There is no trees to stop it. There's no like the ground take up and the trees drink it, so to say. No, they are going to have lots of water coming there when it's. So I hope they have thought about that, but I don't care. Now we're going to shut this off and go inside. So thank you for watching. Take care, stay safe, and have fun. And bye, 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 bye.